Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with 16-year-old Tom's ordinary life, going to school and living with his grandmother, Nan, after losing his parents. One day, he reconnects with his old friend, Danny, and later meets a girl named Lucy, who asks for his help with schoolwork. Tom's life isn't easy. He finds comfort in studying and helping others, but he carries the pain of his past. One night at Lucy's house, he sees her brother unconscious, and a man recording something. Before he can react, a masked man appears and shoots at Tom. Injured, he flees to call the police, but the attackers chase him, leaving him badly wounded. 10 days later, he wakes up in the hospital with Nan by his side. The doctor tells him a bullet had shattered his phone near his ear, embedding fragments in his brain that can't be removed, making his future uncertain. Back home, he notices strange things. Car radio numbers look weird, and he sees odd lights. He finds some relief in sleep. The next morning, Nan tells him Lucy had been attacked the same night, and urges him to visit her. When he visits Lucy, he discovers he has a crazy new ability. He can hear conversations from electronic devices, and access data, thanks to the phone fragments in his brain. Though overwhelmed, this power helps him uncover some truth. At Lucy's house, he finds her brother, Eugene, awake and talking. Using his ability, Tom detects Wi-Fi signals, and feels regret for not protecting Lucy. He asks for her forgiveness, and she, understanding his struggles, expresses hope for the future. On his way home, his powers grow, allowing him to eavesdrop on conversations. Overwhelmed, he faints. In his unconscious state, he has a vision of Eugene, revealing Eugene was there the night Lucy was attacked. After waking, Tom tells Nan he plans to return to school post-surgery. Though worried, she supports his decision. Back at school, he reunites with Danny, and shares his suspicions about Eugene. Danny dismisses it, saying Eugene might be troublesome, but wouldn't do such a terrible thing. On the school bus, Tom notices everyone on their phones, observing their signals and feeling lost in thought. Danny mentions an evening party, and asks if he would go. Uncertain, Tom replies vaguely. At school, he focuses on Eugene's phone, suspecting him of harming Lucy. As the day goes on, Tom sees Eugene receiving a video. Using his new abilities, he finds out it's the video of Lucy's attack. Furious, he focuses his energy, and causes Eugene's phone to overheat. Realizing he can disable phones by manipulating signals, Tom feels empowered, and decides to use this power to confront those who hurt Lucy. At night, he goes to the party Danny mentioned. He sees Eugene's friends wearing shoes similar to those of the men at Lucy's house during the attack, confirming his suspicions. He becomes aggressive towards Eugene, who doesn't take it kindly. A fight nearly breaks out, but Danny intervenes, stopping the confrontation. Despite Danny's disbelief, Tom is convinced Eugene was involved in Lucy's assault. After the party, he talks to Lucy, and urges her to return to school. She hesitates, afraid of facing her attackers. He reassures her, emphasizing they need to study together and face their challenges. As they talk, she sees Eugene and his 3 friends on the street, confirming Tom's belief they were her attackers. Back at home, Tom continues to see signals and calculations, as if his mind has developed an extraordinary ability to perceive things beyond normal human senses. At night, he initiates his act of revenge, sending an anonymous message to Eugene's group. Having learned to hack mobile phone servers and various other electronic devices, using his mind, he successfully infiltrates Eugene's phone, and extends his reach to all electronic devices in Eugene and his friends' houses, revealing private moments. One of these moments includes catching Cass in an embarrassing act in his room. The next day in class, Tom, taking advantage of his newfound abilities, uses the projector to showcase the video of Cass's embarrassing moment. The entire class erupts in laughter, and Cass, humiliated, faces the brunt of this public shaming. When Tom visits Lucy later, he intrigues her with the latest tale he had to share. Keeping an air of mystery, he initially contacts her anonymously, suggesting she refer to him as I-Boy. He then invites her to enjoy the view by the river, signaling a positive change in her healing process. She reveals that after the traumatic incident, he was the only one who visited and comforted her. He makes a heartfelt promise to always protect her, even if it means sacrificing himself. However, on their journey back, an unexpected twist occurs when they encounter Eugene and his group of friends. Eugene claims they feel sorry for Lucy, and expresses their intention to find the perpetrators of the crime. As tension rises, Eugene is about to attack Tom, when Tom sends an unknown message to Eugene and his friends, creating confusion. Seizing the opportunity, Tom and Lucy quickly escape. Tom's campaign against Eugene continues at night, when Eugene and his 3 friends find themselves mysteriously locked in a car. The engine starts on its own, generating smoke. Using the radio, Tom questions why they attacked Lucy, revealing they were ordered by someone named Cuts. Cass, finally speaking up, confesses their involvement in the assault. Tom has uncovered the mastermind behind all the crimes, Cuts. When he arrives at Cuts' place, he discovers that Keon and, unexpectedly, even Danny, are present. A recording on television shows someone urinating in Cuts' car, diverting their attention. Seizing the moment, Tom uses his mind to infiltrate Cuts' headquarters, causing chaos, manipulating everything related to electricity. In the process, he finds several packets of drugs, and takes them. High's actions don't stop there. He plants the drugs in the houses of Eugene and his friends. The next day, the police arrive and arrest the group with the planted evidence. Unfortunately, they all have to endure the consequences at the police station. Meanwhile, as all of Cuts' financial accounts are suddenly emptied, the next night he receives a chilling warning from the big boss, Elman, atop a towering building. Tom, in his pursuit of justice, struggles to trace Elman's whereabouts. Particularly, the system in his brain fails to track Elman, as if his data exists beyond any network's reach. Under Elman's orders, a citywide effort commences to locate iBoy, seizing all laptops and electronics that can potentially be used for hacking. Little did they know Tom doesn't rely on electronics for his unique abilities. The next day, he once again disrupts Elman's drug dealings, with a plan to thwart a major deal. Nan, concerned about Tom's change in attitude, seeks Danny's help to keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, Tom persists in tailing Cuts' car. However, he loses track when Cuts cleverly disposes of his cell phone in the trash. Struggling to find Cuts' whereabouts, Tom hears the sound of a plane, and quickly thinks of hacking a satellite. He finally locates Cuts at the port. Following him there, Tom learns martial arts from the internet on the spot. With his newfound skills, he knocks out guards and destroys the drugs he finds. Unfortunately, Cuts' men suddenly appear and start attacking him. Luckily, he uses high-frequency sound to disturb everyone's hearing, making his escape possible. The next day, he wakes up by the river, disoriented and exhausted. Meanwhile, Lucy waits for him at school, as they had promised to take the exam together. Unfortunately, Tom arrives just as the exams end, leaving her disappointed and angry. Despite this, he keeps trying to persuade her, until they leave the campus building. To their shock, they see Cass's body hanging, a sight that leaves everyone horrified. Tom encounters Danny, and asks about Cass's death, only for Danny to blame iBoy for the tragedy. Feeling guilty about the death, Tom seeks solace from his doctor. He asks the doctor to remove the remaining pieces of the cell phone embedded in his brain. However, the doctor warns such a procedure could endanger his life. Returning home, he is in for a surprise. Keon is waiting for him, holding a gun to his head. Elman and Cuts are also present, with Cuts holding Nan hostage. Strangely, Tom can't see Elman's real face, as if something is interfering with the frequency in his brain. Elman, aware of Tom's abilities, threatens to kill Lucy if he doesn't comply with their demands. He finds himself trapped in a dangerous situation. While Lucy finds herself under Eugene's ambush, Tom swiftly employs his hacking skills to compromise Eugene's cell phone. He urgently calls the police to rescue Lucy. Simultaneously, Elman contacts Danny, who reveals Tom's identity as iBoy, betraying his friend for money. Shockingly, Danny has been a traitor all along. Elman then pressures Tom to hack into a bank, and replenish his drained account balance. Using only his mind, Tom manages to gradually fill the empty account. Meanwhile, at the location where Lucy is held captive, the police begin to arrive. Eugene and his 2 accomplices however manage to escape the ambush. Lucy, seizing an opportunity, grabs a gun lying nearby, and aims it at Eugene and his gang. She escapes briefly, but encounters Elman, who is with Tom. Unfortunately, she returns to being a hostage, and Elman demands that Tom fill his account again with a substantial amount of money. With Elman holding the phone, the system is disrupted due to a frequency tamper embedded in his head. Tom struggles to hack Elman's cell phone, and instead of adding money to the balance, he unintentionally causes the phone to explode. Using his unique abilities, Tom easily defeats all of Elman's men. Elman flees outside, and Tom chases after him. However, Tom finds himself trapped when Elman suddenly appears behind him, beating him to the ground. Just as Elman is about to kill him, Lucy emerges with a gun in her hand. She shoots Elman, hitting him in the arm, but in her nervousness, Elman manages to grab the gun and strike Lucy to the ground. Summoning his remaining strength, and determination to save her, Tom stands up and unleashes his true power, a powerful electric shock that instantly kills Elman and all his men. After the intense confrontation, Tom is exhausted and wakes up the next day in the hospital, with Nan by his side. Days pass, and life returns to normal. On his way to Lucy's home again, he runs into Danny. In a heartfelt moment, Danny asks for forgiveness, feeling ashamed of his actions, driven by greed. Tom reveals that he knew Danny was at Lucy's house on that terrible day, recording the disturbing events. Despite their friendship, Tom didn't confront him. Now, Tom gives him a chance to understand the seriousness of his actions, but firmly tells him their friendship is over, and he never wants to see him again. Meanwhile, Tom and Lucy go on their first date, finding comfort and peace with each other. She now knows he is iBoy, and although he still has his hacking superpower, he is determined to use it for good. They have a romantic dinner at the top of a building, and share a kiss under the city lights, looking forward to a future filled with hope and justice. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.